Good morning, Canada. It's your Saturday check-in. How's the coffee?
Yeah, it's our first Saturday show ever, and we're trying something new. We're going to talk straight to you with no filler, no music.
Ooh. Starting with the ambassador who called us anti-American.
Oh, bless his heart. Are you ready to unpack that, Dave?
I sure am. That U.S. ambassador to Canada flew into Halifax this week and called us anti-American. He scolded our elbows up rally cry and claimed we started a trade war.
Pete Hoekstra isn't a diplomat. He's Trump's lapdog on a borrowed leash. If he can't tell the truth on Canadian soil, maybe we should put him on a plane and send him back to Megaland.
Okay, enough with the jokes. Let's actually check the facts and do a little timeline check here. Tariffs came from Washington first. We answered with the rule book. Reciprocity isn't rude. It's actually how adults do business.
Yeah, but Hoekstra, he tried that gotcha who put tariffs on USMCA products. The Canadians did. These were counter tariffs, dude. They were lawful, proportionate, and transparent.
Then he keeps saying Canada has the best rate in the world. Well, tell that to steel and aluminum paying 50% at the US border, and to auto parts hit for 25% if they miss the content rules. That's not best, that's a bill.
And in the same breath, he admits that a bigger deal is not going to happen right now. In other words, the US sets the terms and Kuzma's review could move the goalpost again. Canadians deserve a plan, not a dance.
And then, when the Prime Minister paused a chunk of counter tariffs to reboot talks, the ambassador shouted, "Hallelujah!"
So which is it? Is Canada the villain or Canada the adult in the room? Pick a lane, dude.
And who is this Pete Hoekstra anyway? Well, he's certainly not your standard career diplomat. He's actually a political operative in a diplomatic chair.
Yeah, during the Trump debacle, his first one, Pete was the ambassador to the Netherlands, where he claimed there were no go zones. He said cars are being burned, and even politicians are being burned. Then he got called out on Dutch TV. Well, he just denied it, and he said, fake news. When they rolled the tape, he denied again, saying, fake news. Then, after Dutch reporters roasted him at his first press conference, he finally apologized. That is not diplomacy, people. That's a 3-act farce.
And then, right on cue, the sequel drops during the second Trump circus, and now we're stuck with him as our Canadian ambassador.
They gaslight and threaten, and it's all a choreographed shakedown.
You're right, Deb. And while the ambassador performs said gaslight, the security chorus rolls out the threat half of the play. FBI Director Kash Patel suddenly warns that there's a sharp increase in terrorists and drugs supposedly coming in from Canada.
The insinuation is obvious. The 49th parallel is somehow a bigger national security risk than the southern border. Come on, they haven't shown any evidence, but they're setting the stage for a policy pretext.
You don't float lines like that unless you're laying groundwork for something harsher. A thickened border, tariffs, political interference, all dressed up as security. Or maybe a full-scale invasion.
It's their playbook. Step 1, gaslight. Canada's overreacting and being mean to us. Step 2, threaten us. Your border is not secure and you're dangerous. And step 3, well, it writes itself. Therefore, we're justified to do whatever we want next.
So let's make this simple. Call our border unsafe, and suddenly they've got cover to slap on protective tariffs.
Not protective for you, protective for their donors. Prices go up for families while profits go up for well-connected people. That's the whole trick.
And then they whisper security and, what do you know? Contracts drift to friends of the administration. Funny how emergencies always find the same bank accounts.
Yeah, true. And the media just loves panic because panic pays. Canada in crisis gets a lot more clicks than Canada and the US are working it out.
And that money, it doesn't fix anything. It just writes another check to their cronies.
Yep. Fear is in the algorithm. Pete sells the scare, Trump world cashes the check, and regular Canadians and Americans foot the bill.
So when they call us anti-American, what they really mean is anti-monopoly. When they say border threat, what they're really doing is slowing the crossing to squeeze our economy, and yours in the USA.
Bottom line, they're not protecting people, they're protecting profits, and we're not buying any of it.
No way. Meanwhile, over here in the real world, There are actually consequences.
Yeah, U.S. spirits, well, that took a huge hit when provinces pulled products off the shelves. And let me tell you, when the bourbon lobby clutches pearls, you know we did a good job.
For sure. And it wasn't just bourbon either. Tourism slid and border towns felt it. And Vegas, yes, that Vegas, they asked Canadians to come back. If Sin City is begging, you know that the numbers, they can't be pretty.
Canada just didn't conjure any of this out of maple mist either. Washington lit the match and we just reacted. Oh, and Dave, let's translate that elbows up for a minute to Pete, because he doesn't seem to get it.
Well, Pete, it means we're done being the emotional support neighbor. We defend workers, fix supply chains, and stop letting one tyrant hold our economy hostage.
So enough talk about Pete. Here's the plan in 5 easy moves to inform Canadians.
We need to co-produce more with Mexico, build mineral and energy corridors, which is actually what Carney did this week, and then add more routes so one choke point doesn't own our calendar.
Then we prep for the Kuzma review. Just like adults, we'll bring facts, allies, options, and solutions. Hope is not a strategy.
And then tell Canadians exactly how much the new U.S. tariffs would cost, by job, by town, by household.
Next, we gotta hit them where it counts. Aim our counter tariffs at the companies and states that will actually feel it and who will call us back.
Need to make detours, build new routes with Europe and the Pacific partners so one border tantrum can't stop our stuff. And that's exactly what Carney's been doing.
But most of all, Prime Minister Carney needs to talk to Canadians now. Not a leak, not a backgrounder. We need a straight answer on TV. Our sovereignty is in the crosshairs, and we deserve to hear a plan.
What are his answers to Hoekstra's threats? What did he say to Trump, and what did Trump say back? What's the border plan if they try a slow squeeze? What's the tariff plan if they swing again? Who are the allies on speed dial, and what are our red lines?
It's really simple. Brief the country and take questions and then tell us the play. We'll bring our elbows if he brings the answers.
Look, we know that Prime Minister Carney plays the long game, and we support that. You don't show your cards in a negotiation.
And we're in your corner, but we just need you to give Canadians assurances. The U.S., it keeps rattling the saber. We need to hear clearly that you've got this and how.
So, what does this all mean in human English?
Well, our reputation is an asset. Attack it and every negotiation, trade, tech, tourism, it gets harder.
Slap unsecure on a border and suddenly tariffs are protective, delays are prudent, and political meddling becomes common sense.
And what we say to Ambassador Hoekstra, Canada isn't anti-American, we're pro-Canada. And we should be. That's in our job description as Canadians.
And you know what? Ottawa should censure the ambassador for misrepresentation. If the routine continues, we have a menu of options called persona non grata. Give him the boot.
You betcha. And to the border panic chorus, if you've got data, put it on the table. If not, stop rehearsing your punishments that you've already picked out for us.
To Canadians, don't take the bait. Elbows up isn't aggression, it's posture. We won't be shamed for protecting our people and our paychecks.
And we won't be gaslit into thanking someone for a kick in the butt. We won't be scared into silence by their security theater directed by the same people who lit the stage on fire.
Whew. So that's it for today, but we still got a lot of fight ahead of us. And if you support that, why not join our A-Team? That's our community that's keeping this show independent.
And grab something from our merch store so the cameras stay on and the coffee stays strong.
Or get the deep dives on our Substack. There's bonus posts, sources, and the stuff that we can't fit in here on YouTube.
And do the free things that matter, like subscribe to our channel and ring that bell so you can actually see what our next video is.
Drop a comment with your border story or what you want Carney to answer. We read them all.
So thanks for watching our first Saturday show. We'll see you tomorrow. And to our American neighbors, we stand with you. We know you're going through a lot right now, and Canada's got your back.
Elbows up, Canadians.